What's good, y'all? Red Sosa back in a building with another banger. Now, first things first, before we get started, I just want to say thank God for another day and another opportunity. Now, as y'all can see from the looks of the title and the screen, I got another special build in store for y'all today. Now, this is another Catfish, the Hybrid Defender. And with this build, we're going to be able to get 99 plus post control. And that's also going to be able to give us that post scoring takeover. And this is going to be that new rookie PAOLO BANCHERO build. I'm telling y'all, this is going to really remind me the making that goes into it when it comes down to the attributes. So again, with this build, we're going to be able to have a 99 plus perimeter defense as well as our block. We're going to be able to get pro dribble moves. This build's going to be 6'10", and we're also getting contact dunks. Now, I'm really excited to go ahead and bring y'all this build, so if it's your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new, turn on post notifications to be a part of the rich family, and I would appreciate it if everybody went ahead and smashed that like button. And right now, go ahead and comment down TG for thank God, as well as where you're tuning in from watching today. And I most definitely will hit y'all back with a response. But from here, let's go ahead and get into the making of this build. So to get started, I'm going to go ahead and make this build out of the power forward position. Now, if you want to, you can really go ahead and put it under the point guard if you wanted to, but I feel like the power forward is going to be best. Now with the height, I'm going to go with 6'10". Now for the weight, you want to go with the lowest, so I'm going to go with 210. And then when it comes down to the wingspan, I'm going to max this out at 7'8". And now when it comes down to the body shape, to be more like PAOLO, I would go ahead and put the body shape of builds, but you can really go ahead and put this to your own liking. From here, let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of the actual attributes. And the first area that we're getting into is going to be the physicals. So when it comes down to the speed, I'm going to go with the 77. Same thing when it comes down to my acceleration, 75 strength, 76 vertical with a 90 stamina. Now, I actually have gym rat already unlocked, so on this build, just go ahead and consider a +4. So essentially for the speed, where do you have an 81? Same thing for the acceleration. When it comes down to the strength, this is 79, and we get an 80 vertical with a 94 stamina. Now, you can go with an 86 right here if you want to, but I'm telling you, it really doesn't make too much of a difference. From here, let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of the defense. So when it comes down to the defense for my interior, I'm going to go with the 74, 81 perimeter, 78 steal. Now for the block, I'm going to go with the 93, 57 offensive rebound, and a defensive of a 72. Now right here, we get 22 total defensive badges. Now for tier 1, we get some solid badges unlocked, glove as well as interceptor. And then when it comes down to tier 2, I like all of these: box out beast, challenger, and then chase down artist. Then for tier 3, I'm happy that we do get gold anchor. Rebound chaser is pretty clutch, and brick wall is going to be up there as well. From here, let's go ahead and check out the playmaking. So for the pass accuracy, I'm going to go with the 70, max out the ball handle as well as our speed with ball, and right here we get 15 badges. Now I'm going to go ahead and say right here for tier 1, we have everything that we need: hyperdrive on silver, killer combos, climb breaker, and then we also get handles for days on bronze. Now when it comes down to tier 2, I like quick first step, and then when it comes down to the rest, I like unpluckable for tier 3. Now, once we go ahead and adjust the finishing, I'm telling y'all, this plays an effect on the playmaking badges, but also when it comes down to the shooting, this is going to be another vital area of this build. Now, when it comes down to the shooting, I'm going to go with the mid-range shot of a 76, 78 for the three-pointer, and then when it comes down to my free throw, I'm going to put this to a 74, and right here we get 18 total badges. Now for tier 1, I like the fact that we do get amped. We're also able to get space creator. Now if you want to go ahead and try to upgrade any other areas of this build, you definitely can do so. Now when it comes out to tier 2, it's going to be essential that we keep agent 3 as well as green machine. And then when it comes down to tier 3, the only badge that I'm really caring about right here is going to be limitless range. Now so far when it comes down to the defense, playmaking, and shooting, I think this build is super solid and really represents PAOLO. But then when it comes down to the finishing, this is where it's going to wrap it up perfectly. So when it comes down to the close shot, I'm going to go with the 67, 82 for the driving layup, 86 driving dunk, standing dunk of a 67 with a 90 post control. Now we get 22 badges, and look, pretty much every single badge except for 2 out of tier 1 are on Hall of Fame. I like back down Punisher, post spin technician with pro touch. Now we're also able to get slithery. Now for tier 2, I like limitless takeoff as well as fearless finisher. And then I'm happy for tier 3 that we get posterizer on silver as well as bully. Now overall on this build, in total we get 77 badges, but with the extra 4 from my career, we get 81. Now remember, we're also able to get pro dribble moves, pro contact dunks, and then when it comes down to the takeovers, this is going to play the biggest factor in adding boost towards this build. So first we get the sharpshooting, second we get the lockdown, rim protecting, and then lastly we get the post scoring. So look, once you get the boost added from your takeover, that's a plus 10. Now if we pick 2 different takeovers, you get 2 different areas with this boost. Now when you buy your own boost, that's a plus 5, so plus 15. And if you do run with teammates that do have on floor general, that's going to be a plus 19 in total. So essentially, we have the potential to get a 99 plus block, perimeter defense, as well as our post control. So the first takeover that I'm going to go with, I think it's going to be super solid. I like power backdowns, but again, I think advanced post moves is going to be the better one. Now overall, this comes down to my own playstyle and liking. Now for the second one, I would consider limitless range, but I think extreme clamps, or you can even go with paint intimidation. Now I think the rim protecting is going to be better overall for this build. Let's go ahead and check out the build name to make sure that we made it correctly. And I'm telling y'all, when it comes down to these comparisons, we get Julius Randle, we get PAOLO BANCHERO, and as y'all can see together, we have created the Catfish hybrid defender with the 100 plus post control as well as post scoring takeover. Now this is one of the better defensive builds that I've made for y'all, especially when it comes down to the finishing. Now with this build, you're not really expecting it to do what it's able to, especially with that post scoring takeover. We're still able to shoot as well as defend at the rim. Now from here, let's go ahead and check out really quick what this build looks like once you max it out completely to 99 overall. Now the main thing that I'm looking at is going to be the block, but also when it comes down to the playmaking. Now this is really going to help you out, especially when it comes down to ISOing. Now for the shooting, I think this is perfect because we still are able to maintain the sharpshooting takeover. And then the fact that we do get contact dunks makes this build all the better when finishing at the rim. And then with the post control being added to your arsenal, I'm telling y'all, this is just going to open up and spread the floor even more. So again, I think this is one of the better defensive Catfish builds. From here, let's go ahead and check out the badges. So to start out with the finishing badges for tier 1, I like Hall of Fame back down Punisher as well as pro touch. Now if you want to, you can go with post spin technician, but overall for tier 1, I think I went with the more important badges. Now if you add 2 extra badges towards this build, I'm telling y'all, you'll be able to also add in silver slithery. For tier 2, I like fearless finisher as well as gold limitless takeoff. And then for tier 3, we're able to get bronze bully. And then for my core badge, I'm going to go ahead and put on silver posterizer. Now this is going to wrap it up when it comes down to the finishing. In the comments, let me know, would you change anything about this finishing setup? But from here, let's go ahead and check out the shooting. So for tier 1, we get silver amped and then 3 gold badges, midi magician, space creator, and volume shooter. Now I think we picked the main 4 badges out of tier 1. When it comes down to tier 2, I went with Agent 3 on bronze as well as silver green machine. Now you can switch it up with corner specialist or guard up compared to your playstyle, but for me, I'm going to leave it right here. And then when it comes down to tier 3, I'm only going to use my core badge as limitless range. Now let's go ahead and get into the playmaking. So for tier 1, I like silver clamp breaker, killer combos, hyperdrive, and then bronze handles for days as well as special delivery. Now I don't think that we need floor general or mismatch expert. When it comes down to tier 2, I'm going to go with bailout on bronze. You have to go ahead and put on quick first step on silver. Break starter and vice grip, I'm going to save these for another day. But then when it comes down to tier 3, I'm going to use my core badge as unpluckable. And if you add 2 more extra badge points towards this build, we're going to be able to get it on gold. So I'm telling y'all, it makes a huge difference. But from here, let's go ahead and check out the defense. Now for tier 1, I'm going to go with glove as well as post lockdown on bronze. I'm also going to go ahead and throw on silver interceptor, and that's going to wrap it up when it comes down to tier 1. Now, if you want to throw on any of these other badges, you can do so, but I'm telling y'all, you're going to see right here for tier 2, you definitely want to run Silver Box Out Beast, Challenger, and Chase Down Artist on Hall of Fame, because it's going to allow us to also equip Core Anchor on Gold, and then you're going to be able to use the rest of your badge points towards Bronze Rebound Chaser. Now, if you want, you can flip-flop this with Brick Wall or even Pogo Stick, but I think the setup that we have right here is pretty solid, especially when it comes down to the offensive end, but even more so, we're still able to hold our own weight on the defensive end. Now, it really reminds me of PAOLO BANCHERO, so go ahead and let me know in the comments, what do y'all think about this build? Would you make any changes, and does it also remind you of the new #1 draft PAOLO BANCHERO? Now, I just want to say thank you to everybody who made it this far into the video and was supporting. Thank you, God, for another day and another opportunity as well. And man, if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. And I would appreciate it if everybody went ahead and smashed that like button and commented down TG for thank God, as well as where you're tuning in from watching today. And I'm telling you, I got you with a response. But with all that being said, man, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.